Just when I thought we couldn't cover anything crazier this week, Jori Lehtera had to go and kick it up a notch, didn't he? Thanks, dude. Now I have to go and make a video on you. You do realise I have other stuff to do with my week, and I don't just make videos all day, right? Okay, maybe that's not entirely true, but give a guy a break every once in a while. Please? Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Now, drugs are seen as a very big no-no in the National Hockey League. Whether it's performance-enhancing drugs or recreational substances, the league carries a strict no-tolerance policy, despite the fact that there's going to be at least one player out there that's using these substances during an NHL season. However, we don't often hear about players getting involved in something like a drug ring now, do we? I mean, let's not be silly here, guys. Come on. Pfft, a drug ring? Don't be so ridiculous. Oh, wait. That's what we're talking about in this video, isn't it? Oh. I told you things had escalated quickly. Forget indefinite suspensions or mascot fights. We're getting into the really interesting stuff today, ladies and gentlemen. So the very unexpected and highly controversial news we are covering today comes from Philly.com and is titled, Flyers Jori Lehtera scheduled to appear in court in drug ring case. I've got to admit, when I first saw Lehtera's name at the top of this article, I thought it was going to be something to do with a trade or being sent down to the AHL, you know, normal day-to-day NHL stuff. But a drug ring? Sounds like somebody's been a little bit too busy this last off-season. Naughty, naughty, Mr. Lehtera. Flyers forward Jori Lehtera is scheduled to appear in court next month for his alleged involvement in a Finnish drug ring, according to a published report Tuesday. Not something you hear in the National Hockey League every day, is it? Maybe you should focus a little bit more on your on-ice play as opposed to getting involved in an alleged drug ring, eh, Lehtera? Looking at your stats, it's probably for the best. The trial will begin December 31st. Hey! Happy New Year, everyone! Let's celebrate going into 2019 by taking you to court. And Lehtera is not one of the main suspects, according to lastwordinhockey.com. Oh, well, thank goodness for that, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I can rest easy once again, knowing that Jori Lehtera wasn't one of the masterminds behind all this, and he was just potentially one of the lower guys down the chain of command. Kinda sounds like his NHL career, doesn't it? One of the guys lower down the food chain and doesn't really do too much in terms of the bigger picture. That's Lehtera, alright. I think we might know why Lehtera's point production has steadily declined in each of the seasons he's been in the NHL. He's spent less time on the ice and more time in the snow. Get it? Snow. Cocaine. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. I'm here all video. The Philadelphia Flyers had no immediate comment. I don't blame them, to be honest. I mean, what are they going to say? Yeah! Turns out one of our players might be involved in a drug ring in Finland. It's not good, is it? I mean, we kind of regretted trading for Lehtera before all this, but now, yeah, I think we're having definite buyer's remorse. Not a very good trade from us. It's a good thing we fired our GM. Lehtera, 30, who will become an unrestricted free agent after next season, has denied any wrongdoing in the cocaine ring. Was anybody expecting him to say otherwise? I mean, come on. Well, you caught me red-handed, guys. Slap those handcuffs on me, I'm a guilty man. Take me to the jail. My cell awaits. NHL Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly said the league had no comment on Tuesday's developments and had no update on its investigation into Lehtera's alleged involvement in the drug ring. Ah, the silent treatment. I don't really blame them, to be honest. It's kind of like being told your child has a drug problem and you don't want it to get out because it would ruin your reputation as you live in a suburb full of good, upstanding citizens. If this news got out, it would ruin everything. It would ruin our entire lives. It's like an episode of Desperate Housewives or something. Should I have admitted that I've seen that show before? Probably not. Let's just forget that last comment ever happened, shall we, folks? Desperate Housewife, what's that? Now, other than this initial report, we don't really know too much more about what's actually going on in this case. Since it's going through the court system in Finland, and there's several different people that are being prosecuted in this case, it's unlikely that we'll learn many more of the ins and outs of this case and more details about it until either A, the court proceedings have already begun and more information is given to the public, or B, when the case is completely finished and some of the people are sentenced. Depending on how involved he actually is in all this, Jori Lehtera could potentially face a suspension from the NHL or even substantial jail time in Finland. Either of these two outcomes would seriously impact Jori Lehtera's hockey career. His North American career would pretty much be stopped overnight, as North America doesn't like to let convicted criminals from abroad into their country, and his overall professional playing career as a whole could seriously be stunted by this, as most teams out there don't really like to have convicted criminals on their roster. Although, there are some instances of some high-talented players getting the chance to be on a roster and get paid some pretty good money, even though they have recently been convicted of a criminal charge. Slava Voinov, Austin Watson. In all seriousness though, I really hope that Jori Lehtera is found to not actually be involved in any of this, and that could still very well be a possibility. Whilst the accusations have been made against Jori Lehtera, and I've made several jokes in this video assuming that he's guilty, there is still very much the possibility that he has had nothing to do with this and he is an innocent man. After all, it is innocent until proven guilty. However, charges like this are rarely seen in the NHL, and they're not really given towards NHL players very often. And I doubt that the Finnish courts would want to bring Jori Lehtera into this from across the world unless they had substantial evidence to make a case against Jori Lehtera to show that he actually has some involvement in this. If he had nothing to do with this and they just wanted to bring him in because they have a tiny piece of evidence, it wouldn't really benefit any of the parties involved. However, if they're bringing him into this and getting him involved in this very gruesome legal case by the looks of it, it kind of tells me that there's a little bit more going on behind the scenes here, and they might have more evidence on Lehtera than perhaps we or he thinks. I guess we will just have to wait until the new year to see what happens to Lehtera, but I think it's safe to say he's got a pretty interesting road ahead these next few weeks. So if there is anything to learn from this situation, it's don't do drugs, kids. Whilst they might be nice in the short term, they're going to cause you a lot more problems in the long term. You were expecting me to make a joke after that, weren't you? But I didn't. I don't want to become too predictable now, do I? And with that, I am going to end today's video. What do you think about Jori Lehtera's alleged involvement in a drug ring in Finland? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys think about this one. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. A big thank you to Chris Gadsby and Max Artists for helping support this video via Patreon. If you too want to help support the channel a little bit further and get a shout out at the end of any future videos, make sure you head over to patreon.com/oddmanrush and become a patron today.